Now pop a bottle of some Martell. Now sit back and watch how my ship sails. I think I'm big now. I think I'm about to shut the whole city down. Man, y'all gon' love me when y'all hear the sound. I'm about to make it big, so how you like me now? I think I'm big now. I think I'm about to shut the whole city down. Man, they gon' love me when they hear the sound. I'm about to make it big, so how y'all like me now? I roll around feeling like a champ. I'm validated, so I don't need a stand. I'm working hard trying to reach my goals, but haters telling me that I was too old. But Kelly Ray said make your daddy proud. Now represent, cause you was only child. So now I'm focused, pedal to the metal, switching lanes, doing things, about to reach my highest level. I'm thanking God cause he knew my plan. I put my trust in him, I never trust a man. I got respect for everybody grinding. Shout out to OG Rip, this was perfect timing. What up, homie? So put your bottles up and take a sip. Now grab a mic, let's show them how to make a hit. I'm finally playing on your local station. I guess I made it big, it's a celebration. I think I'm big now. I think I'm about to shut the whole city down. Man, y'all gon' love me when y'all hear the sound. I'm about to make it big, so how you like me now? I think I'm big now. I think I'm about to shut the whole city down. Man, they gon' love me when they hear the sound. I'm about to make it big, so how y'all like me now?
Look, let's start it. I'm way too cool. I wish I would've known that when I was in school. Lack of confidence that kept me back. 4 years later, oh, I definitely got that. 2 cars, a house, and a beautiful wife. To me, these are my successes in life. Been working for my company for 7 years. Promotion every 2, yeah, real stunting's here. Check me in the city, it ain't hard to find me. Volunteer events, won't you join in the grind, B? Make the world better, that's my goal. I really am kind, check my soul. What's my name? I'm Dario. Shout out Juicy J, I borrowed the flow. Wanna change the world? Ask me how. Come with me, let's get big now.
I think I'm big now. I think I'm about to shut the whole city down. Man, y'all gon' love me when y'all hear the sound. I'm about to make it big, so how you like me now? I think I'm big now. I think I'm about to shut the whole city down. Man, they gon' love me when they hear the sound. I'm about to make it big, so how y'all like me now?
Black Dog, man, look here, man. Look here, bro. I'm really enjoying what you doing, bro. I mean, you know, I don't care about the $5. I mean, not really. I mean, I do, but I don't. I just want to hang out with you, man. You know, just take this journey with you, man. You know, all over the world, man. You know, you really doing your thing, man. And I'm so proud, man. You know, so proud, man. Can I get like $2.50? Nah, I'm just saying. $1.50? Come on, man. Let's go, man. I'm out of here, man. All right, Black Dog. Black Dog, what's up, man? Here, man. Now, I've been following you for a long time, brother. And it look like you're starting to do good for yourself. You're doing good, brother. I'm proud of you, man. You finally made it, man. I think you there, you know? Yeah. I just gotta ask you one question. One question, Black Dog. You think I can get that $5 now? You know what I'm talking about?
I think I'm big now. I think I'm about to shut the whole city down. Man, y'all gon' love me when y'all hear the sound. I'm about to make it big, so how you like me now? I think I'm big now. I think I'm about to shut the whole city down. Man, they gon' love me when they hear the sound. I'm about to make it big, so how y'all like me now? Man, I'm sipping on this Long Island. Just wishing I was somewhere laying on an island. I'm feeling good rolling through the hood. My city loving me just like I knew they would. It took some time, but now I'm on top. I'm steady making moves cause I can't stop. So when you see me, give me my prop. Before I say the word and your career stop. Now every day is like a celebration. Remind me of the hard times we was facing. When I was young, I always had this dream to make it big and be up on a winning team. Okay. I get respect from everywhere I go. From 70 up top to 85 below. Now pop a bottle of some Martell. Now sit back and watch how my ship sails. I think I'm big now. I think I'm about to shut the whole city down. Man, y'all gon' love me when y'all hear the sound. I'm about to make it big, so how you like me now? I think I'm big now. I think I'm about to shut the whole city down. Man, they gon' love me when they hear the sound. I'm about to make it big, so how y'all like me now? I roll around feeling like a champ. I'm validated, so I don't need a stamp. I'm working hard trying to reach my goals, but haters telling me that I was too old. But Kelly Ray said make your daddy proud. Now represent, cause you his only child. So now I'm focused, pedal to the metal, switching lanes, doing things, about to reach my highest level. I'm thanking God cause he knew my plan. I put my trust in him, I never trust a man. I got respect for everybody grinding. Shout out to OG Rip, this was perfect timing. What up, homie? So put your bottles up and take a sip. Now grab a mic, let's show them how to make a hit. I'm finally playing on your local station. I guess I made it big, it's a celebration. I think I'm big now. I think I'm about to shut the whole city down. Man, y'all gon' love me when y'all hear the sound. I'm about to make it big, so how you like me now? I think I'm big now. I think I'm about to shut the whole city down. Man, they gon' love me when they hear the sound. I'm about to make it big, so how y'all like me now?
Look, let's start it. I'm way too cool. I wish I would've known that when I was in school. Lack of confidence that kept me back. 4 years later, oh, I definitely got that. 2 cars, a house, and a beautiful wife. To me, these are my successes in life. Been working for my company for 7 years. Promotion every 2, yeah, real stunting's here. Check me in the city, it ain't hard to find me. Volunteer events, won't you join in the grind, B? Make the world better, that's my goal. I really am kind, check my soul. What's my name? I'm Dario. Shout out Juicy J, I borrowed the flow. Wanna change the world? Ask me how. Come with me, let's get big now.
I think I'm big now. I think I'm about to shut the whole city down. Man, y'all gon' love me when y'all hear the sound. I'm about to make it big, so how you like me now? I think I'm big now. I think I'm about to shut the whole city down. Man, they gon' love me when they hear the sound. I'm about to make it big, so how y'all like me now?
Black Dog, man, look here, man. Look here, brother. I'm really enjoying what you doing, brother. I mean, you know, I don't care about the $5. I mean, not really. I mean, I do, but I don't. I just want to hang out with you, man. You know, just take this journey with you, man. You know, all over the world, man. You know, you really doing your thing, man. And I'm so proud, man. You know, so proud, man. Can I get like $2.50? Nah, I'm just saying. $1.50? Come on, man. Let's go, man. I'm out of here, man. All right, Black Dog. Black Dog, what's up, man? Here, man. Now, I've been following you for a long time, brother. And it look like you're starting to do good for yourself. You're doing good, brother. I'm proud of you, man. You finally made it, man. I think you there, you know? Yeah. I just gotta ask you one question. Just one question, Black Dog. You think I can get that $5 now? Know what I'm talking about?
I think I'm big now. I think I'm about to shut the whole city down.
Black Dog, what's up, man? Here, man. Now, I've been following you for a long time, brother. And it look like you're starting to do good for yourself. You're doing good, brother.
Alright. It's not where I wanted it, but we are. Let's move that right there. We'll just adjust on the fly with this one. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Radio Dario. It is episode 12. You can see our docket for today. We have Chiefs as our first quarter topic. Game picks as our second quarter topic. We also have NBA East as our third quarter topic, and NBA West as our fourth quarter topic. I'm going to go ahead and get started. It looks like we got 3 people in. We'll let other people just join in as they come along. So, we are going to go to our first quarter topic. Go ahead and start the timer for us. As just a reminder to everybody, we left off 4-0 in the scoreboard last week. We got somebody else timing in. I see you, Derek Cook. What's good, family? All right. Let's go ahead and get that clock started for the first quarter. So, going into our first quarter topic, Chiefs. Let's talk about my takeaways from last week's game. I'm not liking where that comment is posted, so give me 1 second here. We're gonna just move that slightly over here in the corner, just out my way a little bit. Okay, so takeaways for the Chiefs game. What's good? I see you, Larry. What's up, Dario? What's good, nephew? I see you. All right. So, takeaways for the game. If you guys remember last week, what we decided on the keys to victory was prove it. And as you see, our first takeaway is won, but didn't prove it. So, with us missing that takeaway, I'm going to give a point to the away team there. But let's talk a little bit more about what took place in that game. So if we go into the first half and what we were seeing, the Chiefs were up 27-0 at one point. They were absolutely proving it to that point in the game. Then Patrick Mahomes threw an interception, and then he threw another interception, and another interception. So Pat Mahomes ended up throwing 3 interceptions on the game, which the first 2 gave that team life. At the beginning of the game, I was texting with some of the people a part of the board of commission. I'm going to have to introduce that to you guys this week. But I was texting with some of the people a part of the board of commission, and we were talking about how the Broncos players looked like they didn't want to play. Then you throw that interception, get the ball on our side of the field, and give the Broncos life, and they score. Then they score again, and I'm sitting there thinking like, dang, they get ball at halftime too? See Ski Mask Temp say my boy and leave Pat alone. Hey, Pat got to get it too. He had a bad week. Started off great, looking like he did every other week, but he had a rough time. I actually heard Andy Reid say after the game that Patrick Mahomes wanted to see if the defense, see how the defense played. I thought that was pretty funny, but we definitely did not prove it this week. We should have blown that team out. We had a great start to the game, but started unraveling. So yeah, we won, but we didn't prove it. We didn't dominate the game the way I felt we should have. It was giving first round exit vibes. If you play like that against a really good team, such as Bengals, Bills, even a Dolphins team, you can find yourself exiting out of the first round of the playoffs. But I'm still confident in my Chiefs. Going down the rest of the stretch of the season, got a favorable schedule. The Bills don't have an easy schedule to round out their ending games. They got the Bengals coming up. They also got the Dolphins this week. So they have some tough games they got to go out there and win to maintain that number 1 seed. I'm hoping this is a wake-up call for the team. I saw a lot of interaction on Twitter amongst the guys just picking each other up, saying thank you for having my back. So hopefully we clean it up and get it going in the right direction for next week. If we look at keys to victory for this week coming up against the Texans, my keys to victory are run the ball pressure the quarterback. Say run the ball because the Texans are actually the worst team in yards allowed. They've given out the most yards. They've given up more yards than any other team this season in the rushing game. So we've got to take advantage of that and run the ball. We got a comment right there. I thought Pacheco was in the protocol because he was missing. Right. We should have continued to give the ball to Pacheco, and I hope we do that this week. Good point by Larry Moore. We about to win out. I agree 100% with that. We are about to win out, and if the Bills don't hold tight, then we gonna take that number 1 seed, and championship gonna run through Arrowhead. So really excited about that. But we've got to run the ball. Get the ball to Pacheco against this Texans team that is bad against the run, and they sneakily got a solid young core of defensive backs that could. I mean, they rank quarterbacks that pass against them have a passer percentage of 61%, which is towards the bottom of the league. I believe it's they're top 5 in the league in passing percentage when going up against other teams. But I also think every team has had success running the ball against them this year. We need to go ahead and do that same thing. Chiefs are top 4 and sacks. All right, we didn't get all the way through that, but Chiefs are top 4 in sacks this season, so we have an opportunity to pressure that team and the quarterback. So let's go here. When you blow someone out like that in the first half, teams usually mess around in the second half. Hey, I definitely understand that. So, we jumping all over the place here. Let's go ahead and get this second quarter queued up here for game picks. Get the timer started. Second quarter starts now. Okay, going into the second quarter here. Let's look at my game picks for last week. So for this first one, Raiders versus Rams. Let me adjust this. I don't like that there. The live chat. Let's put that over there in the corner. But I'm gonna be honest. When we did this show, I shot it Tuesday, 7:30. Baker Mayfield ended up getting picked up Wednesday. So I ended up going to the Board of Commissions on this one to see if we can get this one not considered against me on the away team, because had I known Baker Mayfield was going to be the starting quarterback, I might have chose that game differently. So I lobbied with the Board of Commissions, and it kind of really boiled down to it. They asked me if I knew Baker Mayfield was going to start, would that change my game pick? And I said it might have. And they was like, would it have changed your game pick? And it wouldn't have. I would have still went with the Raiders. It was just a really poor performance by the Raiders. They started off dominating that game much like they have in a couple of other games this season, and they just gave it away. Derek Carr just threw some silly interceptions in the red zone. They had too many plays that they had too many plays in the red zone that they couldn't execute that settled for field goals. Let's see there. Larry Moore, yeah, but he didn't start technically. Technically, he didn't start. Technically. But Baker Mayfield led an incredible drive down there towards the 98 yards in a 2-minute drill on a team that you only spent 48 hours with. That's crazy. That is crazy. So we took an L there, so that's a point to the away team on that facet. I just went ahead and gave another point to the away team for the Miami versus Chargers game. In that Miami versus Chargers game, we picked Miami to beat the Chargers, and Tua went out there and went 10 for 28. I don't know what's going on with Tua. Last week we talked about how he was no longer in the MVP discussion, and this week I'm starting to debate if I even want to talk about Tua even being up there in the top quarterbacks in the league. He's definitely, he had a bad week, but they got to figure it out. Very interested to see how they play against Buffalo this week. but we took another L there. However, we did take a dub. We got a win column right there, so a point for the home team for New England versus the Cardinals, which New England did what they needed to do and go ahead and beat the Cardinals, which there was a lot of running the ball in that game. It was kind of a little slow for me. I ended up falling asleep. Don't judge me. I'm getting old out here. But New England ended up pulling out the dub for me, so I didn't really get to see much of that game and kind of what took place, but from what I was seeing earlier on, it was a lot of running the ball. All right. See, Derek Cook said New York Giants beating Washington. Well, we'll go ahead and jump into that. So the game picks for this week, we got San Francisco beating the Seahawks. Seahawks should not have lost to the Panthers this past week. After seeing how they performed there, I'm kind of like, the Geno train is over. We getting down to the nitty gritty of the season, and the 49ers, they here and ready to play. They are serious. They are a real team in the NFC and have a chance to come out of the NFC in the Super Bowl. Brock Purdy doing his thing. Miami versus Buffalo. You got the Bills. I got the Bills beating Miami. I've picked Miami I haven't. But they've been on the docket for the past 2 weeks, and I've watched their games the past 2 weeks and haven't been very impressed with Tua. So I'm going with the Bills. I expect for their defense to show up and do much of the same to Tua that we just saw against the Chargers. Versus the Giants in Washington, I got the Commanders beating the Giants. Commanders are coming off of a bye week where the week before that bye week, they played the Giants and they tied. So I just think they have an advantage there of being able to first game back from a bye week playing the team that they just played. And then for the Green Bay Packers and the Los Angeles Rams, as I said, if I knew Baker Mayfield was there, would it have changed my decision? Absolutely wouldn't. We got Aaron Rodgers coming off of a bye week, and he's trying to prove a point. I believe the Packers are going to end up beating the Rams in that game. Eric Upshaw said, "No judgment, I feel your pain." But man, I'm kind of long-winded here. I'm running out of time on my topics. What's going on? All right, so next topic is NBA West. So what we're going to do on that is we're going to go over the NBA standings. It's NBA East. Sorry. We're going to go over the NBA standings for the East. Let's go ahead and cue up our clock, get that quarter started, and let's jump into it. So, third quarter topic, NBA East. As you can see here, I gotta kind of adjust this on everyone, so level with me here, guys. I don't like the comment in my face like that. Put it up here. So, what are your thoughts on the Eastern Conference so far? So far, I've seen really, really great play from the Celtics. I'll tell you the thing that's really jumped out to me out of all these East teams is the Bucks. The Bucks are one of the top 2 teams in the NBA in rebounding and defense. I believe defense and rebounding are keys to winning basketball games. It's all about the hustle play, and it's all about putting the ball in the hoop. Sometimes great offense can beat a great defense, but right now the Bucks are looking good there. The Celtics are also looking good there, but I lean towards the Bucks over the Celtics just based off of their rebounding ability this year and how they're rebounding the ball. But if you follow Radio Dario and you saw it earlier on in the season, I'm riding with the Nets this year. The Nets got off to a rough start under Steve Nash. They terminated Steve Nash and went in a different direction, and since have now worked their way back up to the 4th spot on the East in the Eastern Conference. And if you look at the Nets, they're not that great of a rebound team, not that great of a defensive team. They don't get as many shots as other teams, but guess what? They put that ball on the hoop. And this is what I talk about. I believe in sometimes a great offense is better than a great defense. Looking at the field goal percentage that the Nets are putting out there, they're shooting around 49% as a team on the season. When you got guys that can just put the ball in the hoop, sometimes that's all that matters. And that's why I'm still rolling with the Nets to come out of the East this year. I have not wavered from that pick, even when they got out to the rocky start. I've been rolling with the Nets the whole way, and it's because they got guys that can put the ball in the hoop, especially with all that's happened this year, and they're still fourth in the East. You had the thing with Kyrie Irving, you had the coach getting fired, you had poor play, you had guys coming back from injuries. Ben Simmons can't hit the barn side of a backboard. With all of that, they're still fourth in the East. I know a lot of people, a bad take that I've had so far was the Cleveland Cavaliers. After the Donovan Mitchell trade, I may or may not have made a comment stating the trade was good enough to make the Cavaliers 5th or 6th in the East. I apologize. The Cavs look great. Donovan Mitchell's putting the ball in the hoop. Darius Garland's putting the ball in the hoop. Oh, not the Nets? What's wrong with the Nets, Larry? What's wrong with the Nets? You can't, look, you got to have people that can put the ball in the hoop. And KD can put the ball in the hoop. Kyrie can put the ball in the hoop. Why not the Nets? They went, if you look at the beginning of the season, how the Nets started off and how the Lakers started off, they both started off rocky. One team has figured it out, the other hasn't. That's all I got to say on that. But going back to the Cavs, I kind of threw some shots there, some shade there. But hey, it's still a long season. It might not be a bad take quite yet. Cavaliers can still end up being 5th or 6th in the East and fall right in line with what I said. But so far this season, they look better than what I thought they were. They look better than what I thought they were going to look. You have a couple of teams that I thought would be performing better this season that aren't performing to what I thought they would be performing at. Like, I definitely thought the Bulls would have more success this season, and they're sitting in the 11th spot at 11-15. Larry, they don't play enough defense. Hey, sometimes you ain't got to. A great offense can beat a great defense. As I mentioned, I'm looking at the stats. The Nets don't play great defense. They don't grab a lot of rebounds, but they put the ball in the hoop. They have two players that you can't duplicate. And I got to stay with take integrity. I ain't switching up. I'm rolling with the Nets still. And like I said, with everything that they've had going on at the beginning of the season, the Kevin Durant demands a trade in the offseason. Steve Nash starts off to a rocky start. Steve Nash steps down. You got the Kyrie Irving thing going on. You got the Ben Simmons thing where is he going to play? Is he not going to play? Can he make a shot? Can he not make a shot? He doesn't look comfortable out there. With everything going on, that team right there is still 4th in the East. Don't sleep on the Nets. So, getting ready, jumping back into our next topic here. We are going into NBA West, as I misspoke earlier. So now we're going to talk about the Western Conference Final and kind of like how that's playing out to start the season. Get ready, cue up the fourth quarter. Go ahead and get that timer started. All right, and fourth quarter here. And this is a new feature I got here to try to get more chat involvement and posting comments. So I really love that you guys are participating and continue to participate. Eventually, I want to get to these last third and fourth quarter comments. Third and fourth quarter topics. I want the chat to help score out the third and fourth quarter to see if I end up getting a point for the home team or if a point goes to the away team. But let's jump in here. You got the Pelicans at the top of the standings for the Western Conference. How about Zion? He's playing with really great energy. That team, if you've watched that team play, whereas Larry commented that the Nets don't play enough defense, hey, the Pelicans, their defense is a little different. They play the passing lanes really well. They get a lot of steals. They create a lot of turnovers. They get in the fast break. They're a really fun team to watch at this point. I don't know if you guys saw the take and post that we had over the weekend about Zion Williamson doing that dunk in transition. I'm all for it. I thought it was a fair, whether that was fair or foul, I thought it was fair. He got the crowd into it, and if the Suns didn't like it, stop it. I was really excited to see the next game that the Suns actually played really hard against the Pelicans, where the Pelicans ended up coming away with the win in overtime. But the Pelicans have been a fun team. They're actually performing a lot better than I thought they would at this point. The Grizzlies are another team, much like the Bucks, where you're seeing really great defensive play and rebounding. I lean heavily to a great rebounding team in the NBA because it's all about those possessions. It's all about who can get those extra possessions, because when you get to that level, you got a lot of hoopers. You got a lot of people that can put the ball in the hoop. There's only like slight differences. Like every now and then you have people that are special, such as Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, that, I mean, hey, that's Batman and Batman. Okay, there is no Robin, where they can just put the ball in the hoop. But very seldom do you have players like that on your team. So when you got the Grizzlies got a dog in John Morant and Desmond Bain, they got some players out there. But really the difference maker is the number of possessions that they get, and they play solid defense and they grab the rebound. So them being a great rebounding team is a big reason why you see them there in that second spot here on the West. Eric said they're way too sensitive in the league now. I can understand that. The calls have definitely been a lot more tiki-tack than what we were used to in the 90s. You definitely saw a lot more physical play in the 90s, and even in the early 2000s you saw a lot more physical play. But the game has definitely transitioned to, hey, get the ball up and let's go. Run and gun. You think about early 2000, the Suns were kind of like the originators of that, with Steve Nash, Quentin Richardson, Amari Stoudemire. I mean, they pretty much set the tone for what the NBA became. But back when they were doing that, we was like, you can't win that way. You cannot win that way, until the Warriors came and won that way. Shooting threes, getting the ball up, getting more shots up. The Warriors have a blueprint that a lot of the teams are trying to duplicate at this moment. How about the Kings? Are the Kings not performing better than what you guys thought they would this year? They're performing better than me. The Kings are a little shocking, but it's still a long season. Much like I said in regards to the Cavaliers, still a long season. They can still fall. My pick coming out the West is actually still the Warriors. Even though the Warriors sit in a nice spot right now, they still the grandfathers of this thing. They're still your returning NBA champs. And Steph's still Steph. Boy is getting off. Let's see. We got a couple of comments coming up. Don't sleep on Detroit Pistons. I'm sleep. They got a lot of young talent. They not ready. They about, I don't know, it depends on who they get in the offseason, but I would say they're about 2 years out. Because I am a fan of Cade Cunningham. Muhammad. Pelicans to the Western Conference Final. I can see that. The way them boys are playing, I can see that. All right, we're going to go over just a little bit here because I want to get through all these comments here. If the replay is going to still contribute to a bad call, they should let them play, because everything else is just a momentum killer. That is a great take. Because I cannot stand the game slowing down. I mean, how many of you guys saw that game, what's that, last night? My days are running together. Last night with, it was Sierra Canyon versus Christ the King. You had LeBron James kids on Sierra Canyon. You had Carmelo's son, Kion, on Christ the King. And it was crazy because you had some calls there, and it was so different than the NBA, because in the NBA, they'll stop the game, go review it, and it's like, dang, man, let them play. Like, let's just go. So that's a good take. I actually do agree that all the stopping of the clock is a momentum killer. We need an NBA team in KC. I agree 1,000%, Soup. And let me tell you this right now. If we had a team in KC, I'd be a season ticket holder. I ain't lying to you. I ain't playing with you. I'd be a season ticket holder. And if I could find a way to afford it, they'll be courtside. You'll see me on the court like Spike Lee. It'd be crazy if the Kings came back to KC. I don't want the Kings. But also, I ain't trying to be too pricky. If that's who we can get is the Kings, I'll take the Kings. 3-1-3 all day. That's a reference to Detroit. But I'll take really whatever we can get, and then let's build this thing up. Shoot, who's the worst team in it? The Rockets? I'll take the Rockets. I really don't care. Just give us a team. Market is too small for NBA team. T-Mobile really doesn't need a full-time gig. Man, I want a team though. I want an NBA team. Like I said, we had an NBA team. I'll be there every week. I promise you I would. So that is all of our 4-quarter topics today. Let's go into the overtime topic. Can we talk about it? So what we talking about this week is, Christmas is coming up. You're trying to get your gifts. Radio Dario got you. I'm going to give you some advice on things you can do to get your significant other or whoever taken care of this Christmas. So if you're shopping for a guy, let me help you out with some of the men here. Keep it nice and simple. We don't like buying stuff for ourselves. We don't really like buying stuff for ourselves. So this is a great gift right here. Get him some socks. You got a hard-working man. He going back and forth to work. He going to the gym, whatever it is. Hey, we can tear up some socks. We get holes in our socks. If you see us walking around with holes in our socks, buy us some socks for Christmas. We would love that. We would love socks for Christmas. Cause I don't really spend stuff on myself too much. So if you get a man some socks for Christmas, man, that's where it's at. Underwear. Another thing with men is the older we get, the wider the waistline get. Hey, sometimes we don't always get there, and buy ourselves some new drawers. So, if you can get your man some new underwear, it's a perfect gift. Perfect gift that you can do. What's something else? A wallet. Our wallets wear down. We don't want to spend money on a new wallet. Get your man, if you see your man's wallet is starting to tear apart, getting kind of worn out, go ahead and get him a new wallet. We ain't spending on that kind of stuff. If I had a new pair of socks every day, I would be happy. Hey, there it is. I ain't lying. That's a perfect gift to get a man. I'm telling you, that's what I'm hoping Santa brings me for Christmas. Some new underwears, some drawers, some socks. That's a perfect gift. Now, men, let me help y'all out with. Another thing is, you give me a gift card to get something to eat, because I like to eat and I don't want to pay for it all the time. Give me a gift card to my favorite place, like some Joe's Kansas City, some Hawaiian Bros. Give me a gift card to a place where I can go get myself a meal and I ain't got to come out of pocket for it. That is right up my alley. I want money. Zelle or Cash App. But yeah, hey, money is a great gift too. Now, for men, for women, what you can get the women, same thing applies. Copy paste. You give them money, Zelle, Cash App them. Another great gift is you can be thoughtful, do like a little coupon book of like, hey, I got you this coupon book for Christmas, open it up, and they turn it to a page, hey, this is good for a self-care day, I'll pay for you to go get a massage. Hey, and she can turn it in whenever she wants to throughout the year and pull out another coupon out the book. Hey, this is good for some nails. Go get new nails, get your nails done, whatever you want to do, I'm going to pay for it. Hey, this coupon right here is good for a new hairdo, like for you to go get your hair done. Hey, pull this coupon, say, hey, I need my hair done, hey, I'm going to pay for it, no problem. These are ideas that you can do for women. Let's see what the comments saying. That's all right. My memories are skinny. And I'm just saying, that's a lot of men. Our memories are skinny. And that waistline start moving. And we need new drawers. So, pots and pans. Hey, that's another great gift because I'm just be honest. Some of us don't know how to cook, and we be tearing up our pots and pans. So, coupon for a free hug. Yeah. I don't know how far you're gonna get with that though. But there might be moments, something just happening. Hey, I need to just turn in this coupon for a hug. They wanted all brand new socks and bras. Hey, that's what it is though. They hey, you anything that you can get that you ain't gotta come out of pocket for is a great gift. That's really what it all. A great gift is anything you ain't gotta come out of pocket for. Pay the deductible for the car they wrecked. I don't know if some shots are being taken right there. I ain't gonna touch that topic. Pay the deductible for the car they wrecked. What is that? Seems a little personal. But that's it for episode 12 of Radio Dario. Thank you guys for tuning in and kicking it with me. I'll see y'all next week. A weight team is starting to creep up on us, so we got to do better this week. But thank you guys for tuning in.